We've actually come to one of the most important parts of the evening, and it is with great pleasure that I'm going to introduce to you someone very special. Her name is Alison Premo, and she is a fantastic representative of everything that Riverside does, and I know she wants to tell you her story to inspire you to generosity for our special funded service program of the evening. So again, please welcome Alison Premo.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. Good evening. I can talk fast. I'll try to be quick, but not that fast. Good evening. As Kathy said, my name is Allie Premo, and I live in Needham with my husband, Roger, and our two kids, Lily and Teddy. I'm here tonight to share some of my family's story and to hopefully help you understand how Riverside's early intervention really helped us become the family that we are today. And I've been asked to boil down a pretty difficult and tumultuous 5 years into about 8 minutes. So here we go. Roger and I started our family about 5 years ago with our birth of our daughter, Lily. Lily is a beautiful, hardworking, and inspirational. Okay, I pretty much used my whole 8 minutes right here. But as I was saying, Lily is a hardworking and inspirational little 5-year-old who also happens to have cerebral palsy. Her start was a scary one. She presented with a bacterial infection at birth. She was septic, and she was really just very sick. After 3 weeks of recovering in the NICU, we got the all clear from the doctors, and we went home. But this just wasn't the case. At around 8 months, when she was missing developmental milestones, we went to see a neurologist. And that moment in the doctor's office where he diagnosed her with cerebral palsy is the first of, unfortunately, many moments I'll remember with my children. About 2 years later, Lily's little brother, Teddy, was born in July of 2009, and he is a loving and precious little guy. You can imagine, after having gone through so much with Lily, that my pregnancy was fairly filled with anxiety. And you can also probably imagine the comments from very supportive friends, family, and neighbors. Things like, "You know this won't happen again, right?" Or, "You and Roger really deserve a typical beginning." Or even, "Lightning doesn't strike twice." But it did. I cried tears of joy when the pediatricians gave us the okay to head home and the all clear with our son, Teddy. But on day 4 of life, we were celebrating in our little kitchen, and Teddy started to have seizures. Those seizures have tormented him every day since. The seizures have profoundly impacted his development, and at age 3, he's legally blind, nonverbal, and really reliant on adults for all activities of his daily life. So once again, Roger and I were forced to reassess the path that we were on. So you may be asking yourself, in all this chaos, where did Riverside's early intervention fit in? And the answer is actually quite simply and clearly the sheer number of hours they spent with my two kids directly impacting the path of their development. Riverside's early intervention provided therapies across the board: physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, developmental play, and vision services, always finding a way to deliver a specialized program for whatever my kids needed, even if it meant coming twice a day for someone like Teddy. Around age 2, both the kids went to the Riverside Early Intervention Center and took part in classes. Teddy went to a weekly music therapy class, and Lily participated in a wonderful play group. And then at around age 3, Riverside helped manage a very successful transition to Needham's public schools. Our family consistently received high-quality services from early intervention that were delivered by individuals that are truly passionate about what they do and really care about the kids and their families. In some ways, I almost took this for granted because I really expect this from anyone that comes into my home and works with my kids. But the bottom line is that they delivered, and for only that, I would be eternally grateful. But Riverside's early intervention really provided something else, something unexpected and really intangible that affected my whole family in a very profound way, a definition of who we are as a family. During the time that early intervention is working with kids is from age birth to 3, a very precious and sensitive time for kids and their parents alike. Families are just forming their identity, figuring out how they're going to do things and where they fit into their broader community. In my young family, we had the added stress of Lily and Teddy's developmental and medical issues. Roger and I, like any new parents, were figuring out how we wanted to do things, how we were going to partner together as parents. But in addition, we were really grieving the vision of what we expected our family to look like and really just figuring out how to cope. Of course, it's a long process, but digesting our new reality was really a big first step, and Riverside's early intervention was there for us all the way. During this time, early intervention was knocking on our door, coming to our house, knocking on our door, and supporting us. They were a positive and energetic force arriving every day to help, literally keeping everyone focused on moving forward at a time when it's very easy to get emotionally pulled under. They've had a very profound effect on the positive, loving family that we are today. We graduated from early intervention, we are in school, and we are certainly moving forward. I am deeply I am deeply proud of my family and my 2 amazing kids. We have found a way to laugh and enjoy life, and I can truly tell you, I know we're one of the happiest families on the block. Riverside's early intervention services provided both the physical services, but also the emotional support to be sure that my family could move forward. Finally, they really did give us a sense of community. You can imagine that Lily, Teddy, and I don't fit into your typical mommy and me or music classes that are popular about town, and we're just not running with the Joneses next door. Nobody judged Teddy when he sang or screeched through an entire music class, and a staff member always came down to help us get from the parking lot up to the class, which for us is just a practical reality. We need help with simple things like this. Without Riverside Early Interventions classes, we really wouldn't be a place for our young family to fit in. And at the end of the day, I think we could all agree that it really does just help to fit in sometimes. So with the amazing team at Riverside's Early Intervention, we really were Team Teddy, or Team Lily, or Teamo Premo, as we like to call it, not just mom and dad, not alone. In closing, I hope I've helped you understand how early intervention really helped us become the family that we are today. And for that, I'm forever grateful to the staff and the clinicians. In addition, I wanted to thank you, the supporters of Riverside, who help ensure that early intervention can continue to impact families and their children. It's certainly worth it. Thank you.